Hey, what's up everyone? This is SnackBox. Hope you all had a great day. Guys, we have this new gear Ascension tournament right here where you can farm the Sand Devil and the Phantom Shogun, get oil and extracts, and for each oil and extract, lesser, greater or superior, you get points. The milestones here are pretty high actually, but it's not that bad as you get a decent amount of points for the run, and because it's not a turn attack tournament, it becomes more interesting to solo these dungeons now. And I actually found a champion that can solo the Shogun stage 25 with food, and that way you can, maximize your energy efficiency, get points for champ train tournaments like this one we have right now at the same time. So let's jump right into it. And there we go. It is Arbais that I was talking about. Of course, it's a mythical champion. I know not everybody has Arbais, but those of you that do have this champion, you can call yourself a lucky person because this champion can solo the Shogun stage 25, as you can see right here. And the reason for that is the skill on the second form that is putting the stone skin on Arbais, because that way we are able to get rid of that protected enfeeble that the Shogun is placing on our champions. We don't need resistance or whatsoever, we just need a decent amount of speed, decent amount of defensive stats, HP and defense, and accuracy. That's all we need for Arbais here. I'm actually not even using like solo masteries or whatever. Arbais is basically in my arena build. I just swapped out one piece of gear. I swapped out the chest piece because it was an attack percentage chest piece or an HP percentage chest piece. And the reason for that is that when I tried to solo the Shogun with Arbais in that other gear, she actually died sometimes. And then, I wanted to make it 100% win rate. And for that, I had to get the HP up, or at least I was thinking, hey, let's get the HP up and then see what happens. And in the end, it worked out pretty well, right? Since I did that, it didn't fail. So as you can see here, the reason why we are soloing this boss with Arbais is that stone skin to get rid of the enfeeble, but also everything that Arbais does on the second form kind of screams for soloing a dungeon. HP burns, decreased speed, and all those continuous heals and stone skin to recover. Beautiful. It's just perfect, like she was made for this. The only thing here that is really necessary besides the stats is that you have to have a blessing on Arbais, right? Because you don't want these stacks to go very high, and that's why you need a decent blessing. I'm running a 4-star blessing on her. I don't know if you can do it with a lower blessing. Maybe you actually can. So if you have Arbais with a 3-star blessing, a 2-star blessing, or even a 1-star blessing, go ahead and try it out. I'm not sure if it works or not, but we don't know if we don't try, right? So go ahead and try it out. And as you can see here, we have 96 lesser extracts. I invested 40 energy and I got 288 points. That is actually a lot. But the thing is, you will only get that many points if you get lesser extracts. You won't get as many points if you get the greater extracts or the superior. For the superior extracts, you get actually the least amount of points, which is kind of weird to me. I wish they would adjust this, and hopefully they will change it, because now you get more rewarded for lesser extracts than the greater or the superior ones, which is kind of weird to me, but I don't know. I don't know why they did it that way. It's the first time we have this tournament running, and yeah, maybe they're gonna do some changes and adjustments. So let's run it one more time. So here we go. Arbais instantly swaps to the form, puts the stone skin on, and yeah, we tag the first hit. Put the decreased speed on from her passive, which is really amazing. That's like kind of also a key factor, so that way we can cycle our skills back fast enough and put that stone skin back on and remove that enfeeble, and then put those HP burns up. That's kind of like the key here. So very important. Enough HP, enough defense, enough accuracy, and enough speed. Those 4 stats are the most important ones. We don't need resistance or anything else. That's basically all we need. Now in terms of speed, I haven't tried too many other speeds. Like I'm running her now with like 360. I did run her with 380, something like that, but that was with the attack percentage chest, and I swapped that out and lost a little bit of speed, but it worked too. So I think if you go way faster, it would definitely take longer because you will take more turns, and then sometimes you will have the enfeeble on Arbais and then try to place the HP burn, and because you're weak hitting, you're not placing it and it will take longer. I think I'm currently like in a sweet spot. I think like 360 speed is definitely pretty good. It's also not that crazy, right? A lot of people can reach the 360 speed while also maintaining the other stats. And yeah, that way I can actually, as you can see here, put the HP burn up most of the times and she's not overlapping, right? So that is kind of like one of the things that can go wrong. It can also go wrong in here because I have an impulse set and I'm decreasing the cooldown sometimes. So sometimes she would place the stone skin one turn too early or one turn too late, and then I would have the enfeeble on when Arbais tries to place that HP burn. So that is really important that is not happening, and that then the run will be way faster. As you can see right here, we are currently now at like 3 minutes, and it should be one more hit or almost, and then the Shogun is dead, and there we go, 3 minutes and 1 second. And as you can see here, perfect example in comparison to the lesser extracts before. We have 7 greater extracts and 5 superior, and it's only 111 points. So yeah, in my opinion, they should definitely change that a little bit and give us more points for the greater and the superior extracts, or oils as well. But yeah, let's talk about the build of Arbais. As you can see, I have a lot of sets on her. I have a righteous set, but that's basically all just for speed. The impulse set, the speed set, pinpoint, 2 pieces, and the feral piece, which is the banner, just to get more accuracy. But the main reason why I am using all these sets is basically because it's my fastest speed gear. Only this piece right here, the HP percentage chest, I don't know why I even have it, but it kind of helped me here, is the one, you know, artifact that I changed for soloing the Shogun. This right here is actually what I normally use, you know, to make my Arbais as fast as I can. And if we go to the second form here, so these stats on the left are what you want to get if you want to get a 100% win rate. The stats on the right, there is not enough HP. The speed does work, but the HP doesn't. Sometimes it would fail, and that's because she doesn't have enough HP. So that is what I used first. That's also what I use in my normal Shogun team. And when I was running my Shogun team, I was thinking like, hey, maybe, I don't know, maybe Arbais can solo it, right? And then I tried it and it worked. So I'm pretty happy about that. So let's talk about the stats. 79k HP. I think you can go a little bit lower than this, but I wouldn't go below 75k HP, right? 63 or whatever I had was definitely too low. I think you want to have at least 70k, maybe even 75. You would have to try if it works. Maybe with a higher blessing you can go lower with the HP because you're getting less damage and stuff like that. So it really depends on your blessing, but I would aim for like 70-75k HP and then 4.5 to 5k defense. That's what I would aim for. Also 360 speed worked perfectly fine, and 417 accuracy as well. The Shogun at stage 25 has 400 resistance, so if your accuracy is above that, you're good. Also keep in mind that the skills from mythical champions, they do ignore resistance. As you can see here, if they're booked, right, 20% resistance of 400 resistance is 80, so 320 resistance is actually not that high, right? So, you know, with the 400 accuracy, you should be fine. I think it's necessary though to place the decreased speed. We don't ignore resistance with her passive. That's why I would definitely go over 400 accuracy. These are her masteries, basically just for PvP. I haven't done anything here. I haven't touched those masteries in months. Maybe I should change it. You could definitely speed things up with Master Hexa, for example. Lore of Steel definitely helps with the stats. I have a lot of speed and accuracy sets. Then Rapid Response also does definitely help because she does place a lot of buffs, and every time a buff expires or is removed, you have a 30% chance to get a 10% turn meter boost, so that is actually pretty good. And then on the defense tree, I have Delayed Death, right, which helps with a little bit of damage mitigation. Resurgent also removes a debuff like the decreased defense that the Shogun is placing when Arbais is losing more than 25% HP, and all that stuff, you know, to get a little bit more damage mitigation. But basically this is what I use for PvP, so this is not really for this solo run, but it works. She's definitely completely booked, and if you want to dedicate your Arbais to just soloing the Shogun, or if you don't really care that much about, you know, PvP, you should definitely use Brimstone, and that would speed things up. And as I said, I don't know if you can do it actually with a lower blessing. I have a 4-star blessing and it works pretty well. Maybe you can get away with a 3-star blessing, but I'm sure it will get really problematic with lower than a 3-star blessing. And I actually just use a Journal of Necrotos on her. It's a 3-star relic, and this gemstone, which is not really helping that much. But as I said, all these things are basically just for arena. The only thing that I changed on her is this chest plate. So yeah, as I said, 75k HP and like 4.5 to 5k defense, 360 speed and 400 plus accuracy is what you should aim for. And the cool thing about the alternate form from Arbais is that she has a really high base HP, 24k almost, and that makes it really easy to stack up the HP. Also, her base defense is not that bad, 1.3k. That makes it really not that hard to get defense on her, and her base speed is at 100, which is not, you know, crazy high, but also not very low. Her base form definitely has higher speed. So yeah, pretty cool champion, to be honest. One of my favorite mythical champions in the game. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I will definitely complete this gear Ascension tournament with Arbais, soloing it, getting my food champs ready for the next champ train, also get some points for this champ train. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel. Also leave a thumbs up while you're at it. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video.